Welcome back. You're watching Ozarks tonight. Glad you're here once again. I'm David Oliver. You know, we're a few days away now from April 1st. And coming up, April, we're going to be marking National Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Month across the Ozarks. There are a lot of events planned to try to draw awareness to this important issue for families and folks who are dealing with these issues locally every single day. We want to give you some more perspective on what you can watch for in the month of April. We've invited in Greene County Prosecuting Attorney Dan Patterson once again for Ozarks tonight, and the Executive Director of CASA, Laura Farmer, to be here. Good to see both of you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Let's talk about April being Child Abuse Awareness Month, neglect prevention. Dan, what's it all about to begin with?
We've been doing this for 36 years now, and you may not think you're touched by child abuse, but at least 20 to 30% of children have faced some type of abuse. Many are exposed to domestic violence, substance abuse, and that causes what are called adverse childhood experiences, which affect us both from a public health perspective, as well as kids' success in school, as well as our employees and how they work for us and their productivity.
And I know, Laura, CASA, you are the court-appointed special advocate, so you deal with a lot of these issues on the front lines.
Absolutely. We have volunteers that step up, they take training, and then they're assigned to a child in foster care to mentor and to advocate for that child's best interest while that child is in the foster care system. You
know, Dan, you mentioned that a lot of us are affected by this, and I think a lot of people, including myself, are probably naive to that fact. What should we know as a community about how we are affected by this as we look at this month and what it's aiming to educate us about?
Well, I think it's important that we all make ourselves aware of what the signs are of child abuse and how we might help someone who we might come into contact with, whether it's an employee who's having this occur in their family or someone you know within your own family, so that you can respond appropriately to it in a trauma-aware way. And that's some of the things we're going to focus on during April, is providing that sort of training and information to our community about how to respond to this.
You mentioned the warning signs, Laura, and I mean, I'm sure you all and your workers see this. I think a lot of people probably think, well, child abuse, maybe it's a child who may have some physical injuries, but that's not always the case. They can have internal injuries or other things going on, right?
Right, absolutely. Actually, a large part of our kids in foster care in this community come into foster care due to chronic neglect. So you may see things like a child who's isolating themselves, a child who is coming to school and maybe doesn't socialize with the other kids. Maybe they're falling behind on grade level and they're not able to keep up with their schoolwork. Maybe they come to school and that's the only meal that they're receiving during the day. So it can look like a lot of different things, and so it's really important that we have adults that are educated about the signs of child abuse and also ways to help those kids that are in those situations.
Dan, I've always heard this, and you can tell me if it's true or not. I've always heard that we have a higher rate of child abuse here in Southwest Missouri than other parts of our state. Is that the case?
You know, if you compare our stats to others around the state, it looks that way. I also think we have a better response in our community to child abuse. When you think about all the government and non-government organizations that are part of the Child Abuse and Neglect Collaborative, the awareness that we raise and trying to strengthen families, because that's the goal, right, is to have strong families, keep children with their parents. I think part of that is the work we do. Yes. Is poverty a risk factor? Is substance abuse a risk factor in our community? Absolutely. But I also think it's in large part due to the awareness we've raised and the efforts to deal with it.
Laura, talk about CASA's involvement in April being Child Abuse Awareness and Neglect Prevention Month. What are you all planning?
Well, one of the things that is great about Springfield is we have what's called the Child Abuse Neglect Collaborative. And this is a partnership through Community Partnership of the Ozarks, where about 50 agencies or more get together and we say we want to do what we can to prevent child abuse and also to have the best system possible to react when there is child abuse going on within a family. So this group has come together, and I actually get to co-chair that committee called the Public Awareness Committee, and we are putting on a Go Blue kickoff event on April 2nd, Tuesday morning at the Art Museum from 9 to 11, and we invite community members, professionals, families, whoever wants chance to come and learn about what our Child Abuse Prevention Committee is doing. And they get to hear from the county. They get to hear from a doctor who will educate them about adverse childhood experiences and how to build resilience. They'll also hear from a survivor who has been through child abuse herself. And so there's lots of great ways that they can get involved and then learn about what else we have going on during the month of April, because there are a lot of opportunities and ways that community members can get involved to, fight child abuse.
Yeah, I was going to say, April 2nd, you heard Laura talk about that at the Art Museum. That's the kickoff event. You've got a special hashtag you want folks to use, and it's Go Blue SWMO. Tell me about that.
Well, Go Blue is a national effort. Blue is the color for child abuse prevention, and it's what we want people to hashtag so that we know who's out there helping us to raise awareness and really fight our cause, carry our cause, because it takes a community effort to end child abuse. So we'd really like people to hashtag that, come to our event, hashtag that. Friday, April 5th is also Wear Blue Day.
Okay.
And they can take a picture, post it on social media, use that hashtag so we know who's out there that is, joining us in this effort.
Dan, you and your staff in your office are on the front lines of this as well. And we can sit here and talk about it, and we can all care about it. But unless we're doing something, we're not really doing anything. So what do you say to people who are watching us saying, I care about that, but they're maybe not as involved as they could be or should be?
There's so many things you can do because we can't prosecute our way out of this problem. From being a mentor to a child that to being a big brother or big sister. If you own a business, having family-friendly policies in your business. Encourage parents to seek positive parenting models. There's just a whole host of things that you can do that you can feel comfortable with, whether you want to really commit and be a foster parent, or maybe you just want to have a lunch buddy at one of our local schools or engage in one of the reading programs we have. There's a number of ways to get involved.
Lunch buddies is a great thing. I know a lot of folks around Color 10 do that, and it really can have a meaningful impact on a child. We've seen that here among our own staff. All right, Dan Patterson, our prosecuting attorney, Laura Farmer with CASA, thank you both for being here. We appreciate your time. And again, you heard the kickoff event for April being National Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Month is coming up on Tuesday of next week, April 2nd, 9 to 11 at the Art Museum, right?
Yes.
And don't forget the hashtag GoBlueSWMO on your social media. We'll have more Ozarks tonight after this quick break.